everybody, JC here with another T&I toy review. And for today's review, we're going to be taking a look at the brand new DC Comics Multiverse 6-inch Superman Doomed, or as I believe he was referred to in the comics as Superdoom, which is part of the New 52 Doomsday Collect and Connect series of figures. The figure comes packaged in the same style of packaging we've been seeing with all the Multiverse. You've got the red box with the black highlights, the Multiverse logo up at the top, the figure's clearly displayed in the window box packaging, and then down below you have artwork for the character, the name, and it tells us it comes with the Collect and Connect New 52 Doomsday figure piece. On the side of the packaging, we again have artwork for the character and a brief bio. And then on the back of the packaging, we have a look at the New 52 Doomsday Collect and Connect figure and all the figures in the wave that you'll need to get in order to be able to complete it. Now, all the first four figures, figure number 1, figure number 2, and figure number 4, along with this one, are hitting stores now, specifically at Target stores. And then the remaining two figures, the Dawn of Justice Lex Luthor in prison outfit and the Mutant Leader from The Dark Knight Returns, should be released probably next month sometime. Okay, so let's get this open and take a look at what's inside. Okay, so here's a look at the figure outside of the packaging. Now, the only accessory this figure comes with is the right arm for the New 52 Doomsday Collect and Connect figure. Once we have all the figures in this wave and I'm able to put this together, then we'll do a video review, a separate video review for Doomsday. So be sure to check back for that. So for the figure itself, I gotta say I'm not terribly impressed with this figure. Primarily, it's kind of an odd choice for a figure to be made. This was in a brief story called Doom that kind of crossed over in a couple different books. Superman takes on Doomsday and ends up ripping him apart, and Doomsday has this virus inside of him that Superman basically sucks up so it doesn't spread, and then he ends up getting converted into this version of Doomsday. But the figure, first of all, this crotch piece is kind of weird looking on this figure to me. So it's actually, this outer crotch piece is a separate piece. There looks like there's an inner piece inside. This is almost kind of a softer rubbery type plastic. It's not super rubbery, but it does have some flexibility, and then you can see looks like there's an actual inner part of the figure. So it just kind of looks odd. You kind of see these ball hinge joints from the side, and depending on how you look at the legs, looks like maybe there's a little bit of stress on the plastic as well here where the leg is kind of pushed out on the plastic. So just this crotch piece just looks a little weird to me. Also, kind of some sloppiness on the belt here. You can see the belt is not completely painted red, and there's no detailing on the belt. There's very little detailing, I should say, so it's very plain. The actual New 52 Superman belt should have a little more detailing. The face sculpt looks okay. You've got the little bone sticking out around his chin and down here on his jawline, and he's got the red eyes, and he's got the teeth. His mouth is open. Now, I do want to point out on the artwork on the packaging, he has this white streak that's in his hair. Now, I will say that in some of the comics that he appeared in this form, he actually didn't have that stripe, so I can't really fault it. I think it would have looked better if they'd included the stripe, but again, since some of the comics he was in, when he was in the Super Doom form, he didn't actually have that white stripe, so I'm not going to fault the figure for that. But you've just got the black hair. The sculpting on the hair is pretty good, and like I said, the overall face sculpt I think is decent. And then he's got these little bones that stick out in his costume, and again, this is pretty accurate. It didn't actually rip through his costume, strangely enough. So basically he just had these kind of bones sticking out of his blue costume. So that seems to be pretty accurate. And he's got these littler bones here on his chest and stuff, and then the Superman symbol painted on there. Does have the Superman symbol, the New 52 Superman symbol on the back, the black symbol, and then the cape is just that vinyl material like we always see with the figures. And again, the overall paint applications on this figure are very basic, no kind of wash effect at all. You've just got the blue, the red, and then the yellow on the Superman symbol, and then the red eyes and the gray face and everything. And same with the hands. And no detailing like on the nails. You should have, the nails should be a whiter color, and they're just a solid gray color, so no detailing there either. The figure stands about 6 3/4 inches tall. I don't have a lot to give you a comparison with, but here's an older Mattel Doomsday figure and a DC Collectibles / DC Direct Doomsday figure. Here's a comparison with some other Mattel Multiverse figures. So that alternate Earth Multiverse Superman figure, and then the Dark Knight Returns Armored Batman that we looked at yesterday. And you can see the Batman figure is not only taller but bulkier than Superdoom. Articulation is pretty much on par with the other figures we see in the line. You can turn the head to the left and you can turn it to the right. It's got a little bit of up and down movement with the head, but not a whole lot. You can get the arm out about that much. It's got good rotation. Got a bicep swivel, single hinged elbows, so you can only bend the elbow about that much. Got swivels at the wrist, but no hinges. Has an ab crunch joint, so it can look down about that much at the midsection. Can't look back very much. Does have a waist swivel. Legs are attached with ball hinge joints, so you can do the splits about that much. Can only do the leg forward about that much. It does push on that crotch piece, that rubbery type crotch piece, and you can see it's kind of stressing it there, so you get the lighter blue color. Can do his leg back about that much. Has a thigh swivel up high there. Single hinge knee, so can only bend his knee about that much. Has hinges on the feet, so good up and down movement with the feet, but no rotation and no ankle pivot, and 2 peg holes on the bottom of the feet. That's my review. So overall, you know, like I said, this isn't a very exciting figure. It's probably the weakest figure in the entire wave. Paint applications are basic, articulation is basic, and then just the overall selection of this particular character just seems a little bit odd to me, since, you know, it doesn't really fit in with a whole lot. But that being said, you know, if you are a fan of the Superdoom, then you may want to still pick it up, and then obviously if you want to complete the Collect and Connect New 52 Doomsday figure, you'll need to get this one as well. So the wave with this figure is starting to hit shelves. You can find it at places like Target. We'll have a full gallery of images up at toynewseye.com. There'll be a link in the video description below. As always, leave a comment. Let us know what you think. If you're so inclined, please like the video. Also, if you haven't already, please follow me on my Facebook and or Twitter pages. I'll have links to those in the video description below. And until next time, I'll catch you later.